There are many hotels that claim to have a history. Okay, so far so good. But the building behind me actually made history. The Homestead is the first resort in the United States. In fact, it started in 1766. That's 10 years before America even became a country. It's on 2,300 acres in the heart of the Allegheny Mountains in Bath County, Virginia. And it's a proud member, one of the first, of the Historic Hotels of America.
It all began in 1764. After the French and Indian War, Colonel George Washington gave a 300-acre land grant to Captain Thomas Bullitt to reward him for his services. What did Bullitt do? He brought his militia to the hot springs in what is now Bath County, Virginia. And in 1766, the first hotel on the property, the Homestead, was constructed and named for the homesteaders who camped out in the area and built the hotel. What really brought the location national recognition was in 1818, when Thomas Jefferson spent 3 weeks soaking in these pools to help alleviate his rheumatism. Now the 18th and 19th century structures are named after him.
So this building dates back how long?
This goes back to the early 19th century.
Julie Langen knows all the legends and stories. She's the director of the Virginia Department of Historic Resources.
These are the oldest and most authentic bathhouses in the entire United States. They continue a tradition of therapeutic bathing that started in Europe and goes all the way back to the Roman times and still operating today. So we're entering the men's bathhouse. This is the oldest of the two. It has a foundation, a stone enclosure that dates from the 1820s, and then this frame structure over it is probably mid-century. You can see how authentic it is.
Yeah, they haven't changed anything.
No, these bathhouses haven't been improved. There aren't fancy bathrooms, there's no air conditioning, they are the real deal. They're rustic.
And the water?
The water is a constant 98 degrees.
And you do this yourself?
I do, I love it. I always come out feeling a lot better. It's a national treasure, but what really, to me, is so special is how authentic it is. This is how it was built, and this is how it's always been. So you're going back in time. Every time you come here and take these waters, it's like you're stepping a couple hundred years back in time. And most of the time they weren't wearing clothing while they were taking the baths. That's why there's a men's and a women's.
The centuries-old tradition continues at the Jefferson Pools, but that's not the only historic activity they've kept alive at the Omni Homestead.
The history is everywhere you look at the Homestead. Like here at the Shooting Club, which dates back to 1933. Now, whether you've even owned a gun or even used it, you gotta come out here and try this. An over and under Beretta. Huh, do I look like I know what I'm doing?
Pull.
We have some clever ammo.
Don Ryder, one of the professional shooting guides at the Homestead, is here to help me shoot straight, or so he says.
So when we load, we just drop one in the barrel. Open that a little bit, second one in the barrel.
Now we close it?
Now we close it. We need to get some ear protection in.
Oh, I have, okay, hold on. Like so.
Yes, sir. Cheek down so you can see down the rib. You want to close your, there you go, use your right eye.
Now I
Close
got it.
up.
Okay, okay, and pull.
Point at it. Nearly, you're still a little bit under it. See?
I missed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, pull.
All the way up to it, touch it.
What did I do wrong?
Still just a little bit under it. You're gaining on it though. You're getting closer.
I'm getting fed up with you. All right, pull.
Right to the top.
All right, pull.
All the way up. Wow, right in the middle.
Pull.
Wow, you destroyed that one.
The Homestead's old course has its own special history. It may look like many other golf courses you'll find across the country, but this tee can boast something no other course can. It's the oldest continually in use golf tee in the United States. The tee also boasts visits from U.S. Presidents Truman, Taft, Eisenhower, Nixon, and Bush. And these days, the course is still in full swing. But part of the Homestead's history includes a fire that nearly destroyed the entire resort. It happened in 1901 when a fire raced through most of the property. One of the few buildings that remained standing was the casino. It was built in 1893, and today the building serves as a restaurant. It's not a real casino, But historians will tell you that more than a few fortunes have been won and lost here over the years in legendary, supposedly friendly, gentlemen's card games.
And where did the fire start? In the pastry kitchen, of course. But by 1902, it had all been rebuilt. They wasted no time rebuilding it. And today, 114 years later, the original brick ovens are still up and running. Now, if you get lucky, you come down to the kitchen with executive chef Greg Barnhill and make a recipe that's been around since 1902. And what are we making?
Donuts.
And what's in it?
Well, eggs, milk, vanilla, sugar, 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 and sugar.
And sugar.
And because the original chefs who made these donuts were French, butter is a hard and fast rule, and lots of it.
We're gonna go over to our donut robot. This is one of the most valued employees on the property.
Now, this machine was not around in 1902.
No, this is a newer version, but they did have a donut robot in 1921 was when they first got one.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's ready to go.
That's it.
Here we go.
Ah. Oh, totally cool. One, okay, a little cinnamon. There's not enough sugar in this. You want one? You can't have one.
Unlike the donut recipe, the donut bread pudding recipe may not date back to 1902, but the oven it's cooked in does. And every day the bakers at the homestead turn out up to 1,000 donuts and can make up to 2,000 donuts on a busy day. 10 to 15 pounds of those go towards donut bread pudding every week. And trust me, nothing goes to waste.
Consider this. When even the donuts have a heritage that dates back more than a century, the rest of this historic hotel is well worth visiting. I'm Peter Greenberg, and thanks for watching.